Hey everyone, I'm Dreams with Dreams Impact Comics, and today I am working on my comic book slash graphic novel known as Crisis. Before I start on this long freaking rant, I want to start off by saying Crisis is a post-apocalyptic drama that takes place after the strange disappearance of over half of the Earth population. Five strangers must travel together on a search of a sanctum. On this journey, they discover the most wicked and cruel situations people subject themselves to in order to survive a crisis. Man, that's a mouthful, right? But the truth is, it's definitely one of those stories where it's a build up and it's not what you actually think it is about. Yes, it's about survival, but there's a bigger picture that's at play here. And by the way, the disappearance of the people, Thanos has nothing to do with that. But anyway, so let's get to the actual point of this video. So this is me introducing you to my project. I haven't been posting much about what it is I'm working on as far as my comic book or my graphic novel. Right now, as we speak, I have a couple of projects in the works. A couple of projects in the works. There we go. And right now, Crisis is my personal child because this is the first project I ever started working on, pretty much, that I took serious, and I actually have a story behind it that's gonna roughly be more than 30 episodes or 30 chapters. Every other thing I created that I published and put out there is majority of it is on webtoons, so there's that. But anyway, so I see all that to tell you that eventually I plan on doing more videos talking about my experience as well as my journey going through and creating comics and graphic novels and telling stories pretty much. And one of the very first thing that I realized that I had to go through was this is me right now reworking my first two chapters. Why? I'm reworking my first two chapters because the first time I did everything, it was dog crap. If I knew what I know now, that's the real truth of it all. The moment I got hint of wanting to do comics, I just rushed in and I just started doing stuff. And the truth is, I didn't know crap. That's the real truth. And I swore up and down I knew what it was that I was talking about. So this is me pretty much cleaning up everything I ever done. Because originally, it was a lot of things that went wrong. The story wasn't consistent. Even the line art wasn't, either. It was just, you saw certain line art just being bigger than the others. Even the character designs, they wasn't even consistent at all. So this is my attempt to go back through it and try to fix and clean everything up. And actually, this go around, I created an actual script to work from. Because the first time, I just had this ideal that I could just have these key points that happens in a chapter, and then I can just work from it and I can just pursue it and keep going. And I found myself getting to the second chapter and realizing there's stuff I could have put in the first chapter as well as the second chapter that could kind of lead you to where I want the viewers, or the readers to grasp in a sense. So writing a script is definitely important. Okay. And then from there, it's the storyboard. Storyboards are very helpful. Let's not forget sketching is important because that's where you get to put out your most imaginative or your best artistic views on what you want a panel or scene to look like. And then from there, you're going with line art. Your line work, it has to be somewhat crisp. And that's if you're going for a style that I'm currently doing. So I make sure my line art is crisp. And then from there, we have to add in the masking, the flats, from the flats, the shading, from the shading, the lighting, and from the lighting is the texturing. And when I say texturing, we're talking about being able to take an image or take a photo and manipulate it and filter it in as a multiply. And then we're able to make a road look literally like a road. So yeah, there's a lot of that I have to do when it comes down to me actually like drawing my comic. Another thing I realized was a lot of the things that was going on with me, I could never tend to make up my mind as far as how I wanted to publish it, how I wanted my comic to translate, and I had to actually build up the confidence in order to say, just screw it, I'm gonna do it my way, and if you like it, you're gonna like it. If you don't, you just don't. A story is not written in stone, and all it takes is a certain group of people to like what it is you do, and you can work with that. Two, I have other projects I have in mind to work on. You never know what other project could lead people back to the one that you're telling here. So that's kind of the mission that I'm going for, you know. And by the way, so also another thing I wanted to bring up is the fact of not only I plan on documenting everything that I do as far as like the behind the scenes of my comic book slash graphic novel, I also plan on doing tutorials. I'm gonna try to give that a shot. Some of my followers and subscribers on Patreon, and freaking TikTok and Facebook have already told me that they want to see a tutorial on how I do stuff. Me personally, I think I suck at tutorial. It's like I have this problem with articulating, myself in a sense, and I'm just trying to. I don't know. At this point, I'm gonna give it a shot because people tend to ask me how do I do something, and I can try to attempt to walk you through it. So there will be some tutorials of me going over script writing, as far as storyboards, and as far as like creating a beat sheet, doing textures. I think I already said shading. Well, let's say it again: shading and lighting as well. It's and honestly, the truth is, I would say I'm not the perfect artist when it comes to lighting or drawing in general. It's just one of those things that I have a key ideal of what certain lighting look like, and I know there's a lot of artists out there. Their lighting is off the chain. Their shading is off the chain. Like it's insane how great these people are at just art itself. So I'm not the best though, but I can break it down into simple terms for anybody who's interested. And other than that, guys, I don't really got much to say about this page, man, or about my project as of right now. This is just a quick, simple, cut and dry introduction to me introducing you to the very first 2 pages of my project Crisis. And also, by the way, in the future, you can definitely expect for me to be publishing this on Mega Plus as well as Global Comics. That has been the plan so far. I spoke to a good guy, a mentor. In fact, I didn't just speak to him. I saw one of his videos, which he be dropping gems. Shout out to Drawing Talk. Drawing Talk is lit, guys. Definitely check him out. He's very informal. And the dude is like insane when it comes to like publishing and marketing. So yeah, definitely check him out. That dude know what he's talking about for real. And like I said, that's it, guys. Other than that, if you have any questions, anything dealing with art in general, because that's one of my fortes, clearly, definitely hit me up on the back channel. And if you guys are interested in knowing more about the behind the scenes of me creating my comic book as well as future projects I'm working on, definitely check me out on Patreon. Patreon is where I post majority of everything I do weekly. Everybody else that's on social media kind of get like the what's the word can I say? Everybody else get kind of like the leftovers. I hate to say it that way, but Patreon is kind of where I'm trying to like, get a little bread and butter, if I can go ahead and like start hiring other people to help me out with some of my projects. So, but other than that, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I promise you I will be coming with more videos. But other than that, you can always look forward to my Fan Art Fridays, which I do draw fan art on Fridays. And I go live as well, guys. So stay tuned for more. Just enjoy what's left of the video. And if you guys have questions, I have answers. Definitely hit me up either in the comments or on the back channel. Thank you guys for being part of the dream.
Dreams Impact Comics.